Nice work, guys! This next hunt will lead them back into the Munising area and to a two-part multi-cache. A multi-cache involves two or more locations, the final location being the actual cache. Most have a hint or clues needed to find the next set of coordinates. The coordinates for this cache will lead our guys to a sign in the park. The Stone Quarry Park is known for the sandstone that was mined to build a lot of the buildings in the Munising area. The guys will have to get clues from the inscription to determine the second set of coordinates.
We're here at the beginning of our multi-cache, which has led us to the Stone Quarry Park. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about a multi-cache, please?
A multicache is basically a geocache that consists of two or more geographical locations. The coordinates to the second location can be determined by solving some kind of a clue that pertains to the first cache.
So by reading some of the history that's on this board, we can deduce where we're supposed to be for our actual cache.
Exactly. Found it.
Well, that concludes our multi-cache of the Stone Quarry Park. Paul, what did you think?
I thought it was a great geocache. Relatively simple, has a nice history lesson on the local area, and a beautiful view.
With a couple geocaches under their belts, I'll send the guys out in search of a few Earth caches. An Earth cache is a particular place with a unique geoscience feature or aspect of our planet. Due to the delicate balance of the environment within the pictured rocks National Lakeshore, Earth caches are the only kind allowed by the Park Service. The Au Sable Light Station, just west of Grand Marais, Michigan, will be our guys' next assignment. The Au Sable Light Station was transferred to the National Park Service and is part of the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore and is on the National Register of Historic Places. We'll send our guys in to meet up with Karena Minor and Gina Valente for a tour of the lighthouse.
We've trekked our way up here to the Au Sable Light Station, about 12 miles west of Grand Marais, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. And Karena Minor is going to be our host and take us on a little bit of a tour, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit of history.
Then just follow me on into the kitchen here. In the year 1872, Congress appropriated $40,000 to build the house and the tower that we're going to go through today. And just to give you a basic idea of what happened in the year 1872, that was the year Ulysses S. Grant was reelected to the presidency, and that's also the year that Yellowstone was designated America's first national park. Now, the reason why they built this lighthouse is because of the sandstone reef. Ships coming along this coastline would have used a process called coasting. And coasting is where you actually keep the coast in your sight line as you go from point A to point B. The problem is the ships in the 1800s were underpowered and shallow draft. So when they got along here and there was a big wind that kicked up or a storm, they would just get pushed right up onto the reef. And that's actually what happened to the Mary Jarecki out there. She got pushed up onto the reef so fast that she went up 3 feet in the air and then smashed right back down on it.
Wow. How many shipwrecks do you have out here? I mean, I remember seeing a couple of signs on our trek up here that there were several shipwrecks.
There's 3 along the path.
There's 3
out here, but I'm not sure how many we actually have right off this point.
So back then they had to use the lay of the land and keep it in sight, which is apparent. We saw quite a bit of fog on our way through.
Yeah.
So they're using the sight line of the land to make sure that they're not running ashore, and hence the reason now we have a lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of interesting, you talk about the fog. Because of the cold air that sits over Lake Superior and the hot air that sits on top of the Grand Sable Dunes, the air mixes quite often to create the fog that we have out here.
It Was it normal for them to bring their entire families with them, and the whole family would live here as well?
Yeah, some light stations I learned are what they call stag, which means they don't have families out there. But this, as far as I know, didn't, because the census records actually show families living out here over the years.
Great. These, I mean, they're small bedrooms, but they'd definitely be accommodating. I can see that. Can we take a look at the lighthouse?
Yeah. You want to go up to the tower?
Yeah, let's go to the tower.
Don't go away.